Oh gosh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I wish you could tell me right now, but you could leave me a comment right now and let me know how you're doing. I'm so happy that you're here joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Shayla. Today I'm gonna give you my tips for waking up earlier. If you saw my 5 a.m. morning routine, then you know that I've been waking up at 5 a.m. And I'm so excited that you guys are just as excited as I am about my new morning routine. It's been such a game changer for me, and yeah, I just feel so much more productive. I'm in a better mood. I'm getting more things done. Okay, I'm kind of like a baby. I'm getting more things done, and I'm doing more for myself, which is in turn just making me that much better in all areas of my life. So it's been fantastic. By the way, most of you know if you've been watching my videos, but this is my puppy Bolly. She just needs all the attention. She's distracting. So I know the thought of waking up at 5 a.m. can feel a little crazy. But let me give you the rundown of why I started waking up at 5 a.m. I've always loved mornings. I'm not gonna lie, I love mornings. I wish the whole day was morning time, truly. Like, I just feel like it's a new day, it's a fresh start. The mornings are just a little bit more quiet. I feel like I have the most energy in the morning, and I feel like my mind is the most clear. Basically, I do my best work, if you will, in the morning, and then as the day progresses, distractions come up and I get more tired and this and that and all the things. So I decided that I really wanted to take advantage of my mornings. And prior to my 5 a.m. morning routine, I was waking up early, but not like 5 a.m. early. I would consider myself a morning person because I do love mornings, but waking up early and being a morning person is just a habit. That's why I'm gonna give you some tips today to help you become more of a morning person. Our bodies adapt to whatever we do the most frequently. So if you're staying up late and waking up late, your body's gonna wanna stay up late and wake up late. Whereas if you shift your schedule and go to bed a little earlier and wake up a little earlier, your body's gonna get used to that. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, but there are definitely some things that you can do to help you. Hold for the car alarm. And we're back. There's definitely some things that you can do that are gonna help you become more of a morning person, and that's what I wanna share with you today. While I would consider myself a morning person, I comfortably wake up between 6:30 and 7:30. I do have to make an effort to wake up earlier than 6:30, but making the effort to wake up a little earlier than 6:30 is more than just waking up at 6:30. Choosing to wake up super early, even when it's uncomfortable, is an incredibly powerful way to strengthen your self-discipline. And self-discipline is the thing that's gonna help you achieve your goals and really go after what you want in life. Pursuing your dreams and achieving goals and growing and evolving and pushing past your limitations, if you will, it takes dedication and practice, and it's not always going to be comfortable. So the effort of waking up at 5 a.m. every day, no matter what, is just a really beautiful way to practice dedication and self-discipline. And it's also a way to reaffirm to yourself that when you make promises to yourself, you stick to them. You stick to your word. And that's important because that builds self-trust. Right? So I feel like this could be a topic for another video. And I feel like I talked about this a little in a fitness video that I did earlier this year. But when you trust yourself, it sends signals to your brain, and it also signals to the universe that you mean what you say. And it's a way of manifesting, right? Being a person of your word. I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and following through on that. And usually what you need to follow through on your promises to yourself is self-discipline, because like I said, not every layer of the things that we want to achieve are comfortable. That's just one layer of why I've been waking up at 5 a.m. The other thing is, like I mentioned, I thrive in the morning, my brain is the best in the morning, and I really wanted to optimize the first few hours of my day. And then the other layer of waking up early is to strengthen the relationship that I have with myself. Not just my self-discipline, but my self-love and self-care, and to prioritize the things that make me feel good first thing in the morning so that I am supporting myself and taking care of myself. For some reason, I know that you can't pour from an empty cup, but I tend to put off doing the things that make me feel good so that I can complete tasks and do things and support other people first. Comment down below if you're like that. And I'd say that's a pretty common way of being, and it's not coming from a bad place, right? We want to care for others, we want to give our effort to others, and that's beautiful and amazing, and we definitely should not stop doing that. But you got to take care of yourself first. So that's part of my morning routine, is committing every day to get up, even though it's uncomfortable, because I said I was going to get up, so I'm going to do it, right? And I'm affirming to myself that I can do hard things. And I'm affirming to myself that what I want in the long run is more important to me than what I want in the short term, which the short term would be staying in bed a little longer. Let me just say, I'm not asking you to sleep less. We'll get to that. But, you know, choosing to rise up and show up for yourself and seize the most powerful hours of your day is an incredibly powerful way for you to make shifts and massive changes in your life. I know, it seems a little outlandish that just by waking up early is gonna make massive changes in your life, but it will, and it does. And I want that for you guys. So let's get into my tips for waking up earlier, because like I said, I know not everybody feels like waking up early comes naturally to them, but I'm gonna teach you how to be a morning person. It's not so hard, I promise. My first and quite possibly the most important tip is you gotta go to sleep earlier. If you are wanting to wake up at 5 a.m. or even 6 a.m. and you're going to bed at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., it's just not gonna happen. Sleep is incredibly important. When we sleep, our bodies regenerate, all of our organs are doing its thing. We need sleep. Sleep is vital. So in order to get up earlier, you've got to start going to bed earlier. And I know that can be hard if you're in the habit of going to bed later, but there's a couple of things that you can do. The first thing I would suggest is start shifting your schedule like 30 minutes each week by week, going to bed 30 minutes earlier and waking up 30 minutes earlier. And it might be a little uncomfortable at first. Trust me, I know. I was going to bed between 11 and 12, and then suddenly I'm supposed to go to bed at 9 p.m. and I'm like, this is really hard. But I aim to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I do better on 8, but sometimes I only get 7. But shifting back my sleep time was definitely a process over a few weeks. A really good way to kickstart this, just coming from experience, try to go to bed as early as you can. No electronics. Just get in bed, let yourself fall asleep, listen to some meditation music, put on a white noise machine, do whatever you need to do to go to bed earlier. And then when your alarm goes off in the morning, get up, even if you're super, super tired, and go through the day. Even if you didn't get 7 or 8 hours of sleep, just get up early. You're gonna be tired, fight through it, don't nap. And then by the time it comes to go to bed at your earlier bedtime that day, you'll be so exhausted that you will go to bed. And that's a great way to kind of kickstart your morning routine. The first 5 times that I was waking up at 5 a.m., I think I went to bed between 10 and 11, and it really wasn't enough sleep, but I knew that I needed to kind of shift my sleep schedule, and the only way for me to be tired earlier was for me to get a little less sleep for a few days and shift back my sleep schedule. I hope that that makes sense. Try shifting back 30 minutes over the course of 3 or 4 weeks. Give yourself some time to readjust your schedule and go to bed earlier. That's seriously the number one thing that's gonna help you wake up earlier. I know that that sounds like, yeah, duh, but people are like, well, I go to bed at midnight, but I don't know why I can't wake up at 5. And it's like, because that's only 5 hours of sleep. You need 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Also, if you want a video on my nighttime routine or tips for sleep hygiene and all that stuff, leave me a comment below. I've got some good tips. I wonder if you could hear that. My next tip is to have a plan. Have a plan in place. Know what you're doing when you wake up early. Once I made a plan for my morning routine and I knew exactly what I was gonna be doing, and they were all things that I was excited about, it made it a lot easier for me to get up in the morning. My morning routine, if you haven't already seen it, I will link the video down below, is filled with so many things that make me feel good and things that I love doing. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I know exactly what I need to do by what time, and having that plan in place leaves no room for confusion or for me to just kind of get up and sit on my phone all morning. I know what I'm doing. I gotta get up. My clothes are set out. I know I'm gonna be working out. Okay, let's get up and do it. If you're gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and just sit on your phone for 2 hours before you finally get up, I feel like, what's the point? you know? So have a plan in place. Sit down, write out some things that you usually don't have time for in your day and put those in the first part of your day. I really think that waking up and moving your body first thing is really powerful, whether that's a walk or yoga or a workout or a run or jump roping or dancing or whatever makes you feel good, but get some movement in first thing in the day. That's gonna move stagnant energy around and out of the body and lift your energy and raise your vibrations and just get you feeling good so that you can really take on your day showing up as your best self. Make a plan. Doesn't have to be just like my morning routine. It can be filled with anything that lights you up, but definitely make a plan. Which kind of leads me to my next tip, and that is to have a strong why. Why are you waking up early in the morning? Are you waking up earlier in the morning to dedicate time to develop a side hustle that you want to work on? Or is it to get better at a skill that you've been really wanting to get better at? Or is it to read a book that you're wanting to read or take a course, or what is it? Have a strong why. My why of getting up early is to strengthen my self-discipline so that I'm more disciplined in all areas of my life, and also to better support myself, like I said. I love working out. I love my yoga practice. I love my meditation practice, and I love taking time to journal and manifest things. But for some reason, if I don't do those things first thing in the morning, I'm less likely to actually do them, even though they're things that I really want to do. So that's my why, is prioritizing the things that make me feel good so that I can best show up in all areas of my life. So get really clear on your why. That's going to help keep you motivated to continue to wake up early. My next tip kind of goes along with my first tip, but that is to have a solid nighttime routine. And I'm thinking now, the longer and longer I get into this video, the more appropriate I think it would be for me to share my bedtime routine and also do a bedtime routine tips video, like this video if you want me to do that. So I know that you like this style of video. Having a solid bedtime routine is really important because your bedtime routine is really the thing that sets you up for your morning routine. Having a plan in place for before bed and having good sleep hygiene and all of that stuff is really important because, just like I said in the first tip, if you're able to get enough sleep and go to bed early enough, it's gonna make waking up earlier so much easier. My next tip is to be consistent. You gotta be consistent with your wake up time. We are adaptable beings. Our bodies crave what we do most frequently. If you're eating junk food frequently, you're gonna crave more junk food. If you're going to bed late frequently, you're gonna be tired later. If you're waking up late, your body's gonna wanna wake up late mostly. If you wake up earlier frequently, your body's gonna wanna wake up earlier. It's all habitual and it all builds over time. So waking up consistently is gonna help you get into the habit of being a morning person. So I try to wake up early even on the weekends. I do give myself a little bit of leniency, but only by 30 minutes to an hour. No more than that. I'm not sleeping until I was just gonna say I'm not sleeping until 10, but I don't even think I could do that, guys. But on the weekends, I do allow myself to sleep in until 6 if that's what I want. But I've noticed that I'm still waking up earlier on the weekends because I just freaking love it. And my morning routine is so fulfilling that I want to get up early and do it. But back to my point. Being consistent is going to help your body get into the habit of waking up earlier. So try to consistently stick to going to bed, maybe deviating like 30 minutes or so, but not more than that from your usual bedtime, especially in the beginning, because your body's going to want to do what you most frequently do. So sticking with your early bedtime, early rise time is going to make this morning routine thing a whole lot easier. I'm trying to think of what else has helped me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't even say this in the beginning. Whoops. You gotta read the 5 a.m. Club. I was already wanting to wake up earlier, and then I read that book and I was so fired up about waking up earlier. It just like really gave me the extra motivation to wake up earlier and create this epic morning routine after reading that. And then there's another book that I read after that called The Miracle Morning, which is also great. I'll link both of those books down in the description box below. Read those books. Both of those books definitely gave me the motivation and inspiration to wake up at 5 a.m. Those are a must read. I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing I can think of is, instead of looking at waking up early as punishment that you have to do, think of it as something that you get to do. When you snooze the alarm and tell yourself that you don't want to get up out of bed, you're basically saying that you don't want to get up and live your life. And I think that shifting your mindset from looking at waking up as a punishment and instead looking at it with excitement to do the things that make you happy and the things that you want to do is a game changer when it comes to waking up earlier. That's your special time with yourself. That's time for self-care or journaling or writing or reading or art or whatever it is that you tend to put off on a day-to-day basis. That's really something that's gonna support you and make you feel good. I think it's all about the way that you approach it, and having that plan in place of the things that I'm excited about has made it so much easier for me to get up at 5 a.m. And I've noticed that I'm just more diligent in all the things that I do. It's not just about waking up at 5 a.m. It's about doing something that's hard and uncomfortable and sticking with it. And that kind of translates into all of the other promises that I make to myself, like eating healthier or getting certain tasks done or achieving certain goals. You just start to notice that you start to take more action in so many other different areas of your life just from making this one choice. Those are my tips for waking up earlier. I hope that these help, and I am so curious to know if you want me to do a bedtime routine / bedtime routine tips. Let me know. I would love to make that. And I think that that would be helpful as well, because your bedtime routine is so closely intertwined with your morning routine, because it's really what sets you up to have a successful morning. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.